everybody knows, but almost no one can explain it. We put locals to the test, asking the meaning of Sausalito, and their guesses are hilarious.
Maybe it means yummy fish in Spanish.
Small sausages.
Small salsa.
As Mornings on 2 takes you on a Fox local zip trip to Sausalito.
Good morning, Sausalito. What a motley crew here in this gorgeous little city park tucked away in this tiny city with a huge reputation. If you live anywhere near this region, I know you've brought your out-of-town guests here, and you know what? Locals love it too for a number of reasons. I can't believe this is our final Fox local zip trip of the summer season. We're going to go way beyond what I know you already know about Sausalito. It's a small town, 2¼ square miles, about 7,000 people live here. Median home price right around 1.6. That's because of three factors: location, location, and location.
That's it.
You have waterfront views. You have San Francisco right there, Marin right up above. It's an incredible place to live in, to love, and today to explore. We are so glad you're here with us.
We are so glad you're here with us, and what a great place to end on it. And if you don't know, Sausalito was part of the counterculture back in the 60s and 70s. A lot of the songs that you listen to on the radio, the old school, the hits, they were recorded in a studio right down the street from where we are right now. We're going to take you there in just a little bit. I mean, this place has got everything. It's got deep Portuguese heritage in this area. We told you about that, and here's an interesting fact here. The waters here are home to the humming toadfish. And during mating season, these fish emit a humming sound underwater, so it clearly keeps locals awake at night when you're here. So if you're in this area at night and you hear that humming, it's mating season for the humming toadfish. I thought that was pretty interesting. I like to learn different things and unique things about the city. We all know this is a tourist destination. If you don't live there and you can come here, you can eat at the great restaurants here and enjoy that view. But there's a lot more to the city than many of us even know. All right, so we've got coverage all across this area. We've got Frank Malicote. He is on the harbor. He's going to be talking about the houseboats, and he's also going to have the trivia. We also have Sal Castaneda. He is looking at the best that this place has to offer in terms of eating, and Allie's at the Discovery Museum. We're going to start first with Allie. Allie, good morning to you.
Good morning, Andre Angasia. Yeah, from counterculture here in, whoops, you know, it's a little breezy out here. So we're talking about some of the family-friendly activities that you can do here in Sausalito, and there are a lot of them. You know, 15 minutes ago, we featured a nonprofit organization called Call of the Sea. They try to get kids across the Bay Area to experience what it's like to be out on the water on a sailboat and learn all the things about our coastal environment and all things maritime. But we are going to be getting a sneak peek and a preview inside the Bay Area Discovery Museum. That's another great organization for kids of all ages. Their goal is to focus on education through play, and we're going to start off with a pretty epic playground, outdoor playground that they have over there as one of their exhibits. So that's coming up on this KTVU Zip Trips here in Sausalito. But first, let's send things over to Frank Malicote, who is, I believe, on a houseboat to tell us all about the history of this fascinating city.
All right, Allie, good morning. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Sausalito. Beautiful views and lots of houseboats. In fact, hundreds of them. How many are there actually? That's one of my questions in Zip Trip Trivia. They started dotting the coastline after World War II. This used to be a shipyard, believe it or not, during World War II. We also want to find out, how does Sausalito become Sausalito? What does it mean in Spanish? And believe you me, it will surprise you what it means. And finally, a bluesy rock and roller who hit her zenith in popularity in the late 60s actually lived right here in Sausalito. We'll show you her home, but we want to know her name. All that's going to get answered shortly in Zip Trip Trivia. Sal, let's get a bite to eat. Good morning.
All right, Frank, good morning to you. Sausalito, and I'm panning over, or I'm having our photographer JC pan over to Alessandro Spaziani Montagno. That's an Italian name. He is from Italy. He agreed very graciously to open up Sandrino, one of the best pizza places in the Bay Area, in my humble opinion, to fire up one of the legendary pies he makes. He and his wife own this business. They are really from Italy, and later on when they open, usually we have lines. This restaurant is on Caledonia Street, which is where the locals eat. Now, in my course of eating my way through this town, there's no way I could have gone to every single restaurant because there are so many. But we got a good representation of that, and Alessandro is going to help me out coming up in just a little bit. We're going to try some of that award-winning pizza here in Sausalito on Caledonia Street. Let's go back to Garcia and Andre.
It is never too early for pizza, Sal. We appreciate the early wake-up call for that gentleman. Yeah. All right, we'll get to food in just a minute here, as well as play and art. But first, we have to focus on sort of the business of making sure that Sausalito keeps humming right along. Welcome our first guest here on the 9, Lee Hunt and Amy Svenberg. You are the current and former chairs of the Sausalito Chamber of Commerce. Thanks both for being here.
Thank you very much for having us.
The goal of your organization is to create a healthy, vibrant business community to make Sausalito a better place to live, work, and play. I like it. Tell me first, how do you balance the needs of the residents with all the tourism, knowing that the tourists are often the ones who make this place work?
Yeah, sure. Well, so we really are a locals town, but we love our tourists as well. Okay. So we really welcome everybody. The balance is just that we share this beautiful landscape. Yeah. So why not walk down here for coffee, see the water, come visit? I mean, there's so much to do if you're local or a tourist. So it's actually pretty easy to balance that, in my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, and I wanted to ask you, Lee, you know, in terms of the tourists and the residents, you both are business owners here. Talk to us a little bit about how the local folks, residents here, versus the tourists that come in. How is that instrumental to both of your businesses?
So that's a great example. My personal business, I run a sailing school and charter club, and so we have a mix of services for locals, right? Learn to sail, charter rentals, as well as it's a wonderful target for business, for tourists that want to experience the bay from Sausalito, which is the absolutely most beautiful place to sail. So, and I think that's true in a lot of cases. The same business has services that are applicable to both the locals and the residents.
The folks that come to visit,
Amy, you have 2 restaurants here. One of them, I think everybody's going to know, Poggio. Give me your other restaurant.
Copita.
Copita. Okay. Yes. When it comes to dining in particular, that is often the first thing. Like, for example, my parents watch all our Zip trips. My dad will say, "Hey, we saw that place that Sal went. We're going there tomorrow." Whether it's in, San Lorenzo, Cupertino, or Calistoga, are restaurants often the entry point to Sausalito for so many?
Absolutely. First of all, Sal, thank you so much. We hope to see you at Poggio and Copita later today or tomorrow. But yeah, absolutely. I mean, people take the ferry here. Right. They get off the ferry landing. They're hungry. They want a coffee. They want a glass of wine. They want to eat. And there's so many restaurants on Bridgeway, on Caledonia Street, all over. So yeah, that's the first point of entry in a lot of cases.
Lots happening in the city, especially this month. And Lee, this is a good one for you here. They have events like the Sausalito Boat Show that's coming up September 19th to the 21st. I'm sure you're going to be all over that.
Absolutely. I'll be there September 19th to 21st. This is the 3rd year for the Sausalito Boat Show. Sausalito kind of stepped into a void, and the boat show is building. It gets bigger every year. You get to see the latest and greatest of new sailboats, power boats, and electric boats. It's a really cool thing.
Boats.
And they do a really great job of providing activities for the kids. There's great bands,
so bring
great food.
Bring them and come look at the boats.
Absolutely. In fact, you can see, and we have the mascots for the boat show right behind us.
Tell us what this is real quick here. I'm getting text messages about people are telling me these sharks are live right now.
They have to be strolling behind us.
So you may see these sharks show up at random events around town. They are the mascots for the local boat show.
All right, fantastic.
Thank you both. Thank you so much.
What's that song? That shark song that gets stuck in
the baby shark.
Baby shark. There we go.
Yeah.
But these are baby sharks. We'll talk about Lee. Amy, thank you all so much. Really appreciate it. Thanks for the work that you do. And, the restaurants that we visit, I'll see you at the boat show. You're going to be in your LA. I know you can't wait. You can't wait for sure.
Thank you for coming to Sausalito. You guys are awesome. Thank you.
What does the name Sausalito mean to you?
Oh, like what does the actual word mean? No, can I tell you? I had no idea.
I know, but you took a sneak peek at the...
I did my homework.
All right, so we'll have more on that. And a famous chill song recorded right here.
Yes.
You're going to hear all about it. Frank's going to have all that much more coming up on our Zip trips here in the Sausalito coming up after this.
Welcome to our Fox Local Zip Trip. We are shining a bright light on the gorgeous North Bay city of Sausalito. Let's bring in our Frank Malacote here. I love it when you take questions out to the people who grew up here, who live here now. A lot of wrong answers again with this one.
Well, part of the problem is there's a lot of tourists here that had no clue, and that always makes it fun. But the city has been around a long time, guys. It incorporated back in 1893, so 133 years, and a lot of changes along the way, including the name of the city. It used to be called Sausalito many, many years ago, and then morphed into Sausalito. So what does Sausalito mean anyways in Spanish? It may surprise you. Here's the guesses in this final edition of Zip Trip Trivia. So how did Sausalito become Sausalito? What is the origin of the name Sausalito?
Maybe it means yummy fish in Spanish.
Yummy fish. Que bueno. Not correct, but good try.
I'm going with rocks.
You're going with rocks.
Yeah.
It's the City of Rocks.
City of Rocks.
City of Rocks.
Salsa?
Salsa. You know what lito means in Spanish? Small.
Small salsa.
Small salsa. Good try. Wrong answer. Any idea?
Small sausages.
Small sausages. You are from England.
It's about salsa, of course, and this guy Lito who invented salsa.
Sausalito means willow, place of willows, which is the tree, the willow tree.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm positive.
How did you know that? That's right.
Well, I've lived here for 10 years.
Sausalito's got a rich musical history, including a bluesy rocker out of the state of Texas that called this Sausalito home back in the 60s. Can you name the rocker? And if you need a hint, Big Brother's got you covered.
Dolly Parton?
Dolly Parton, that's a great guess. She was around, but not a bluesy rock and roller. If I give you the initials, would that help?
Yeah, sure.
JJ.
Joan Jett?
Joan Jett! That's very good. She came far after that, though.
There's a way. Whoa, everybody say you can do anything. You can do every little thing, and I think I can, yeah.
She was with Big Brother in the holding company. Does that help?
Does not.
Okay.
Tell me why, 'cause everything got wrong.
Who that
Not
might be?
Janice.
Who?
Not Janice.
Janice who?
Joplin.
Joplin. Is that your guess?
Well, you said she. I mean, that would be the huge.
You are correct.
Really?
Yes.
I had no idea.
Janis Joplin lives there. That's pretty awesome.
During World War II, over 20,000 people worked in the shipyards here in Sausalito building Liberty ships. After the war, the shipyard languished and a more bohemian society sprung up in houseboats. Within 20, how many houseboats are still here?
143.
That's very direct. Very wrong.
So I'm going to say 150 houseboats.
Much more.
Much more.
2,017.
That's very big. There's a houseboat everywhere here.
I'm going to guess 1,500.
1,500.
Yeah.
That's a lot of bodies on the water.
No?
Yeah? No, it's much lower.
15.
15. You need to go up a lot.
75.
75. Good try. Sister.
63.
63. You went down. Go up, Mom. Big time.
450.
That's right.
No!
Yes!
Yes!
Come on!
Good job. Good job.
And they're from New Orleans.
Woohoo!
Speaking of houseboats and music, back in 1967, an R&B artist wrote an iconic song right here in Sausalito. He was on a houseboat and...
I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away.
Sitting on the dock of the bay, Otis Redding.
Yes, do you want to sing a little?
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
Keep going.
Is that T-Bone Walker?
No.
No, it's, oh, of course. Thanks for the lifeline. It's Otis Redding.
Otis Redding.
Sitting on the dock of a bay.
Come on, kids.
Watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of a bay.
Here, take it away.
Wasting time. Oh, yeah.
I left my home in Georgia, headed for the Frisco Bay.
All right, some good sports there, singing along with Frank here. By the way, Otis Redding wrote the song in 1967. 3 days after he recorded Dock of the Bay, he died in a plane crash. He never knew it soared to #1. But he had other hits, too. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, Respect by Aretha Franklin. He wrote that along with many R&B hits. But Dock of the Bay went to #1. Good morning, gang. Good morning. Coming up a little bit later here on our Zip Trip, we're going to take you outside onto the dock of the bay, and we're going to introduce you to a couple of houseboats. Good stuff. We'll see you soon.
And maybe you'll write a really cool song like Otis Redding did and be inspired to do that. Frank, thank you so much. Let's get up to Sal right now.
You never know.
He's over at Sandrino's Pizza and Vino. Never too early for pizza and wine over on Caledonia Street. Sal, good morning.
Good morning to you. Yes, the owner here, Alessandro Spaziani Montagno, was nice enough to open. Thank you so much for opening up, especially for me. What time do you normally open?
We open at 11.
11.
Yeah.
And I've come here before and I've seen people lining up. What is the secret? I know that is cornmeal, right?
This is actually semolina flour.
Okay.
Semolina flour that you use just to stretch the dough. And I think the secret is our dough. It's a recipe, it's a family recipe that we brought here from Italy. We had a restaurant like this in Italy for many years before coming. And yeah, people likes our dough, yeah.
Now, I heard the story that when you first opened, you didn't have the staff you have now, so you traveled back to Italy back and forth. There was a time when the place closed. Now it's open all the time.
Now it's open all the time, yes.
But you still travel back to Italy a lot.
Oh, yes. You know, when I can, of course, my family there, my dad, and my wife actually, she's there now. And yeah, when we can, we go, of course. Now our people, we can keep it open. And
the community loves this place, Alessandro, and I think the secret is these beautiful ovens. You can't do this at home. These are special, right?
It's a special oven. This is from New York. It's a Marshall & Son, and it's a great oven. It's a gas oven because we weren't allowed to put a real fire oven, but it's an amazing oven, yes. It's almost 800 degrees.
800 degrees. So you had to get here. So he had to get here way early. I think like at 6 or something like that.
Yeah, well, I was here 5:50.
Yeah, 5:15 just to fire these babies up so that our pizza would be ready around 9:30. Now, you heard the lady talking about all the restaurants here, and the lady who was talking to Gassia and Andre, talking to you guys back there. She owns Poggio, which is a great restaurant in that tourist area. So, Andre and Gassia, if you want to go across the street later, I would not skip Poggio. But here on Caledonia Street, this place here, if you want a good pie, a really authentic pizza, you got to come here. Now, it's a little early for wine, but this gentleman here is also going to make me an espresso.
Is it, though?
So,
yes.
Yes.
You have to start the day with an espresso.
Exactly.
Yes.
So back to you guys. When we come
right,
back,
gentlemen.
we'll have a little more on the food here.
Very good. We want a lot more on the food.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. That's what, we just heard from the Chamber of Commerce. That's what brings so many people here to Sausalito. Let's have a meal. Let's stroll. Let's buy a little something. Let's take in the views. We could go on and on forever. But we only have 39 more minutes left on this Fox Local Zip Trip. Last one of the summer season. When we come back, this is a spot I love. I've been here a million times with my kids back when they were small, and you have an opportunity to check it out. Can you believe? For free, we will focus on the Bay Area Discovery Museum coming up after a short break. But before we take that break, this gorgeous summer of Zip Trips has been brought to you by AAA. We would love to thank you for sending in all your road trip photos and videos throughout the summer. Thank you specifically to Sarah from San Ramon. She sent in this picture trekking up the Narrows at Zion National Park in Utah. We will be right back.
That's how long we're on for. Yeah.
All right, we're back here on our zip trips to Sausalito. Let's get over to Allie Rasmus. She's at the Children's Museum, the Discovery Museum, rather, here in Sausalito, with much more. Allie, a lot going on there.
Yeah, well, you know, if it looks like I'm on a boat, it's because I am, but we are not on the water. This is actually part of the outdoor playground at the Bay Area Discovery Museum. I am on board at the top of the boat that's called Faith. This was an actual salmon fishing boat that used to go out on Bodega Bay. This is not a replica, full size, but now this is part of the outdoor play area at the Bay Area Discovery Museum. And this is just one part of it. Kids can go from here and all different spots here at Lookout Cove, one of many exhibits here at this museum that's really focused on getting kids educated through joyful play, and kids of all ages. But along with some of the outdoor playgrounds here, they have a train exhibit. They have a tot spot, which also has all kinds of tunnels and mounds for kids of the youngest ages to get them toddling around, climbing, crawling, and get them those early exposure to education. They also have a mud kitchen. It's a hit. Kids dig in, they mix, and they pretend and create their own storylines. Imaginative play is the goal out here. So coming up in about 20 minutes, we're going to be speaking with the CEO of the Bay Area Discovery Museum out here in Sausalito. Of course, this city right on the water, right at the foot of the Golden Gate Bridge. So, of course, they're going to have all kinds of nautical and maritime themes here in their outdoor play area. But we're going to talk about their mission and how you can come and enjoy this museum. That's in about 20 minutes from now. Back to you guys.
Allie Rasmus, thank you. After you play, I know you're going to get hungry. There are, can you believe, 50 or so restaurants packed into this small town. And Sal Castaneda, I know you had a hard time winnowing it down just to 4 or 5, but you are taking us through some amazing eateries, so we'll see that coming up in just a second. Stay with us.
I know that was Ken that played that song in the background there. But these sharks that you're looking at, welcome back, by the way, to Mornings on 2-9, Zip Trip to Sausalito. This is from the Sausalito Boat Show. That's why they're here. They're promoting that. It's going to be September 19th to the 21st. And I want to thank Ken in our control room because I know he was the one that pulled that song. Oh, it was Jeff. Jeff Green, thank you so much. Appreciate it. Welcome back here live. Andre Cini with Gossi McAlien. Gossi, we're having a great time out here. A lot of people showed up out here for us today and for the show, and we're glad because we are glad to showcase the city and let people know about the things they might not have known in the past.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, of course, like I said, if you live in the Bay Area, you've probably brought your out-of-town guest to Sausalito. This is a prime example of what I always tell my children. People save their whole life to be here for a week, and we get to live here. I'll tell you, it's been a minute. I mean, it's been a couple years since I've come to Sausalito for fun and pleasure, but as I was driving over, I was like, why don't I do this more often?
Can I just say, I had some friends in town. They were here for a wedding. They were only here for a couple of days, and they were like, Andre, can you just show us a couple of places?
Yes.
Of course, you know, I took a picture, and I was going to post it. I was going to say, if I'm at the Golden Gate Bridge, you know, I got friends in town. You know?
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yes, someone's sleeping on my couch.
But that's how popular and famous this place is. So, you know, when you think about how it's more, take advantage. We've got the place that everyone wants to come to.
We're so fortunate. And it's an interesting assignment. You know, Sal Castaneda does such a good job. Every single town we go to finds what the locals love. You might think that would be difficult in a town like Sausalito, Sal, known really for bringing in tourists from all over the world, but you really went deep below the surface on this assignment.
That's right. So there are a lot of places right near where you are that are perfectly fine places. The locals eat there. There's a lot of ice cream, if you can't guess, in this town. A lot of ice cream down there. I think there's an ice cream shop right across the street from where you guys are. But here on Caledonia Street, as we watch Alessandro making his pizzas that he's going to put into the oven, this is where the locals come. So when we talk about the restaurants that I went to, I tried to stick to restaurants that a lot of the people who actually live in Sausalito actually go to. Let's see what I found. Sausalito is known to be a tourist city, and there are definitely places that cater to visitors, including scenic places to eat right along the water in the southern part of town. On a nice day, this might be a good spot to bring friends or family visiting the Bay Area. The views will certainly give you something to brag about. And although I'm happy to see the tourist business doing well, for this trip I wanted to focus on places where the locals eat in Sausalito. And yes, even the locals want a nice spot by the water with a nice patio. For that view and ambiance, we found Salito's Crab House in Prime Rib, which is right on Bridgeway. Here you can get that million-dollar view of the sailboats and the occasional yacht in the marina. Sitting outside at Salito's patio is what I would do if the weather allows. The food would keep me coming back. I always like watching the busy kitchen turn out dish after dish. Look at these steamed clams, salads, fried calamari, clam chowder in a bread bowl, and more.
I've never had anything on the menu that I don't like. I like everything on the menu.
I noticed right away Salito's makes its own sourdough bread, and that's because one of the people helping this restaurant is the former master baker at Il Fornaio, a legendary San Francisco bakery.
The owner asked me to help him with the bread, and so part of the reason why they have that bread.
Oh, it's still warm out of the oven. So good. It would be a challenge for me not to fill up on the bread before the food comes. If Bridgeway is the street for tourists, nearby Caledonia is the local street. Most tourists don't venture to Caledonia Street because it's just far away enough from the ferry. This street has old-time barbershops and Smitty's, an old-time watering hole to get a cold one. There's also the Sausalito Gourmet Delicatessen. This deli has been operated by the same husband and wife team since 1975. This gourmet deli makes handcrafted Italian sandwiches and offers Greek desserts. Looking at the sandwiches and the prices, I immediately liked what I saw.
What we do, we try to keep the prices low because it's husband and wife here. We don't have overhead employees.
Frank Gonzalez says the combo sandwiches are the most popular. If you come here, just know you're being served by the two owners and no one else. And on a nice day, you can sit outside on the back patio that's quiet and lush. And if you want the breakfast spot where locals eat, it's gotta be Fred's. If you come after the morning rush, you'll easily find a table. The breakfast and the coffee here is reliably good, and that's what keeps locals coming back. Although Fred himself, who was a Sausalito legend, is no longer around, the standards he set are clearly still in place. All right, Gassi, I want you to poke Andre, who's sitting right there to your right, because you can see that Alessandro is just about to put the pizzas in the oven. And my goodness, this is something else. So I hope that Andre and Gassi, maybe you can make it down here, because the pizzas are going to come out. And they smell delicious. They're going to be delicious, because I know they are. So Sandrino is the spot if you want a real Italian pizza, guys.
I can't wait.
I cannot wait.
I mean, that oven must be blazing hot. Those things, just cook in minutes. All right, Sal, thank you again. We'll see you throughout the rest of this hour. Now that you are fed, let's take in some art. And you don't have to go into a building and look at a wall to see art here in Sausalito. It is everywhere, and it is also happening everywhere. If you come to this town, you're going to see people making art right before your eyes. Let's talk with the woman in charge of bringing beautiful art and keeping it here in Sausalito. Welcome, Monica Finnegan. You're the founder of the Sausalito Center for the Arts. Thank you so much for being here.
And thank you guys for having us.
Yes.
It's wonderful to see you.
You know, when I come here, I often see people out along the waterway painting. We call that painting in plein air, right?
Plein air.
Plein air.
Plein air.
Right, and it's tell me the origin, because it has to do with an impressionist style of painting.
And it's years and years and years old. It's really a famous activity all around the world, actually. We recently had a plein air competition in the Center for the Arts, our 3rd annual one.
Yes.
We had 22 artists painting all around Sausalito.
Oh, I love it.
They created in 4 days 113
You're kidding
original
me.
art
Wow,
pieces.
prolific.
And they're all exhibited in the Center for the Arts.
Nice. The old B of A building.
It's right here.
We try not to say B of A building.
Oh, do we not?
we don't?
Oh, sorry.
We have to get our branding going.
Gotcha. Okay.
Sausalito Center for the Arts.
Got it. Sorry.
All right.
The city bought the building a couple years ago, and we made a proposal with a consortium of artists that are here in Sausalito, the Sausalito Art Festival and the Marin Open Studios and whatnot, and they gave us a 5-year lease. We're a nonprofit, and we're really working hard to bring a lot of art here. We have had 55 exhibits every year, and we brought in like 35,000 people to the center.
A lot of exhibits.
From people that are interested in viewing art, purchasing art, or artists.
We do. We also do a lot of live performances. We've had a Maria Moldauer event here. And we do a lot of evening things, so we become really a center for a lot of culture and a lot of art.
Wow, that is just amazing here. And so you're hosting a plein air exhibit, and artists will be painting live on the street?
They have been painting. We have 2 artists right here today painting.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
so you guys should check it out.
Yeah.
Both of them actually sold art, and so that's what we all want.
Good. We celebrate that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
And go ahead.
I was going to say, you mentioned that some of the artists have sold their art, and artists have to make the connection, because so many of them say, I don't want any more starving artists out there. Let's put it right.
No, we don't either.
Let's get these artists fed. How important is the flow of money into the arts community?
Oh my God, it's so important. That's how we really founded this. I'm on the city's economic development committee, and during COVID, we interviewed a lot of our industries, and one of the industries we interviewed was a group of artists. We wanted to find out what they needed, and they said, we need a place that showcases our art. So bingo, that's what we've got here. They can bring their art here. We're having a number of exhibits for what we call Sausalito Center for the Arts Open, similar to the DeYoung Open.
Oh, nice.
We went out to 1,200 artists. We asked them to make an application. We've received 500 applications. It's going to be a juried show in October. So it should be a great exhibit showing everything around the Bay.
Wow, that's beautiful. Highlighting the Sausalito Center for the Arts, the SCA, the building right there. That you want to get that branding going. I just wanted to remind people where it is right here by the water. Of course,
That's
Monica.
great.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it, Monica.
I love meeting you. Thank you so much.
It's a pleasure for us as well. All right. Well, coming up, there is a lot more. We talk about art here in Sausalito, and we talk about physical art, the paintings that are happening all around, but we also have musical art and the counterculture that really blossomed in this area. There's a recording studio in this area that has hosted so many famous artists. We're talking about MC Hammer, Rick James, going way back, even Prince. And we're going to have much more on that coming up a little later on as Mornings on 2 Zip Trip takes you to city, Sausalito. We'll be right back, and the Sharks will be back too. Stick with us. Welcome back to our Zip Trips to Sausalito. We are having fun, and we hope you are too. And that sign says it all right there. I heart Sausalito. And what is there not to like about this beautiful town here? It's got a little bit of everything. It's got the art. It's got the views. You can get on the water. You can take the ferry. You can walk the dog, just like I'm seeing here. Greg Lee's back here with his dog. That's how beautiful a place it is. I'm going to have to bring my dog back here for a little walk as well, because it's such a beautiful place. And the other thing, when I'm always driving down the highway, I always look over and I see the houseboats all along the side. And so I'm so glad for this segment, because Frank is going to give us an up-close look at that. Frank Malacote out there at the houseboats right along the coast here in Sausalito. Good morning to you, Frank.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Yeah, 450 plus houseboats. They all kind of sprung up after World War II because this was a shipyard. They built almost 100 Liberty ships. And I got Brett Cornelius, who is works here at the Galilee Harbor. You're the manager here, right?
I am the harbor manager.
Harbor manager, and you live at another community down the way. Well, just tell us, what's the community like? What's it like living on a houseboat?
This community is amazing. There's the extended community of Sausalito with its multiple houseboats and multiple different income levels and styles of living and sizes of boats and family size. And then there's this community of Galilee Harbor, which is just 38 berths, little families from all over the place that have come together and run this as a co-op. And they own it together, and they fix it up together, and they band together in tough times, and they celebrate together. We have have a Thanksgiving, a family Thanksgiving every year.
So it really is a community.
It absolutely is, 100%.
Okay, and the boats all have their own little look, distinct, and one behind us. Give us a little history on the potato chip boat.
Yeah, this is officially called the Guy Lombardo, and it's affectionately known as the potato chip boat. It has a parabolic roof that was designed by students at UC Berkeley long ago, and it's actually built on the hull of a World War II lifeboat.
I'll be done.
So it's been encased in fiberglass over the years to protect against rust, because of course we are in a saltwater environment. And that's something that all of these boats have to contend with, whether they're old or brand new, is the electrolysis and the slow decay of everything that comes in contact with this salty air and the salty water.
What is the best thing about living on a houseboat?
Oh my gosh. It's almost too many things to count. I think for me, it's the relationship to nature and the intimacy that we have with the changes in the weather and the differences in season as the seabirds start coming in over the winter. We get these giant brown pelicans, and then in the summer in the springtime we have the baby seals being born. And this is happening on our docks. This is happening feet away from us. We don't have to travel out and find nature. It's here, and it's our backyard, and it gives us a sense of responsibility to appreciate it and care for it.
Well, you, graphic designer, lived on the peninsula, worked down there, and you answered a Craigslist ad to buy a boat, 5-6 years ago?
I did, yeah. It was July of 2020, and we were all sitting hunkered down in our little apartments, and it was time for a big life change, and I hopped on Craigslist and found a houseboat project in Sausalito. And it just felt like the right thing to do, so we went for it.
Are there any drawbacks, anything that's unusually hard living on a houseboat?
You learn a whole different set of skills than you would living in a stick-built house on land. Absolutely. There's fiberglass patches. When you get a leak, you want it to be from the roof, not from down below.
Yeah,
it's very important to know the difference.
And the grocery runs, I guess, are a little tough because you got to wag them in and wag them out.
Yeah, you get $1 million view, but you got to walk to get to your car. You earn that view.
Yeah, very good. All right, Brad, thank you very much. We really appreciate it. It is gorgeous down here. 450 plus houseboats, a gorgeous community dotted all along Sausalito. We'll send it back to you guys.
Frank, thank you so much. One of the most amazing views you can have when you're here in Sausalito. Stand there at the foot of the Golden Gate Bridge, take your selfie and all that. Yep. There happens to be one of the most delightful children's museums right there at the foot of the Golden Gate in Sausalito. Allie Rasmus, let's bring you in. Back when my boys were little, we spent many a happy day there at the Bay Area Discovery Museum. I mean, we would spend hours. They would come home exhausted. It was a win for everyone.
Yeah, I remember doing the same, Garcia, when my kids were younger. But you drive up here, and it looks like just army barracks as you're walking up, and then you walk inside into this wonderful place with all kinds of exhibits and outdoor playgrounds for kids of all ages, but focused mostly on some of the younger kids. And so where we are this time around is called the Tot Spot. And take a look. There are little minds hard at work here. So from the water feature that they have in the center of the room. They're learning how to use their senses. They're learning how to gain independence, walk around, toddle around. So this is for an area of the museum that's exclusively for their youngest patrons. So you have to be 42 inches and under to come out to this exhibit. We have a special permission to be here because we're talking with the CEO of the Bay Area Children's Museum. Kelly McKinley, thank you for being with us this morning. What is your favorite thing about this place and your job and what you do?
I mean, who else has a job to create play, joyful play for children and their loving adults every single day in perhaps one of the most beautiful places on the planet here at the foot of the Golden Gate Bridge.
Well, how did this start, the Children's Museum, Bay Area Discovery Museum?
A small group of inspired parents visited other cities in America and said, hey, the Bay Area needs a place for very young children. So in 1986, they got together and created the Children's Museum. And our first spot was in the Corte Madera Mall. And then shortly thereafter, in 1991, they negotiated an agreement with the National Park Service that brought us down here to the Golden Gate Bridge.
What a beautiful place. They were so lucky to have this spot here. What are some of the exhibits that people can come and see, kids can come see, and how do you get the ideas for them?
The ideas come from all kinds of places, but it really starts with the research because I don't know if you know this, But for little kids, every second they are building 1 million brain connections. And the most powerful way to do that is through play. And we start with the research about play. We know all the things that children can learn uniquely through play. How to take risks, how to create, how to interact with other children. These are all skills they need for school and life. So we start with the research, and then we bring in our designers and our very talented educators to dream about ways we could bring that research to life in these environments.
And because of where you are located, right at the foot of the Golden Gate Bridge, right on the water, a lot of the themes here are nautical, maritime themes.
Absolutely. We have 5.5 acres of indoor and outdoor space designed specifically for how children 6 months to 8 years learn through play.
And you're open all weekend. You have a museum day, a free museum day coming up.
Yes, so we have free museum days, but we have lots of ways that people can participate. Admission is $23, but if you are on WIC or EBT, you can get in for $5. And when we come to schools, every child we see in our school visits gets a free pass. So there's many ways where money is not a barrier to participate. We want to open up the doors for everyone to participate in this magical place.
And I'm sure there's thousands of kids who come here every year.
Absolutely. This year we'll serve over 360,000 people, both here on site and in schools. We serve about 40,000 public school children every year as well.
You have the Try It Out truck, which is kind of a roving exhibit of sorts.
That's right. So we take our STEM learning, our science, technology, engineering, and math learning, and we have a laboratory that travels into school gyms and school parking lots where the whole school can participate in the museum experience.
Thank you so much, Kelly McKinley, the CEO of the Bay Area Discovery Museum. This is an amazing place for kids, and it's great just to witness some of the youngest museum patrons here kind of putting two and two together. We were talking about how just watching and observing them, you can see the wheels turning in their head. So it's lovely to come and see, and what a great resource for families in this area. We'll send it back to you guys.
Wow. It is, certainly. Allie, thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right. One of the places I've been looking forward to talking to here is about 2200 Studios. It's a recording studio that used to be called the Record Plant Recording Studios. Jim's now the owner of it. This place has got such a history. When we talk about it, you're going to hear about all the songs that you know, that you hear on the radio all the time, that you're like, oh, that was recorded here? Yeah. Yes. You can introduce you to the guy that owns this recording studio, and it's located here in Sausalito.
Major recording artist. Before we go, we love a good zip trip, and you are watching us focus on Sausalito, and we love that you are reminiscing on all the road trips you have taken. A quick note that this summer of Zip Trips has been brought to you by AAA. We want to say a great big thank you to all of you for sending in your road trip photos and videos all summer long. A special thank you right now, Danny. Take a look at your screen. You sent us this picture from Oakley. We see Carmel by the sea. Thank you, Danny. We will be right back.
Q.
Thanks to Sandrino's, your pizza is served. They're not serving up these pies normally at this early hour of the morning, but for us, for KTVU Fox 2, you bet they fired up that pizza oven. It looks amazing. That bubbly charred crust, gooey cheese. Yes, yes, please. All right, now that you are well fed, let's talk about filling your soul with the sound of beautiful music. Not many people know that there is a music studio here in Sausalito that has welcomed legendary artists and created a legendary sound. We're so happy to welcome the head of 220 Studios, Jim Reese.
2,200 studios.
2,200 studios. 2,200 studios. My mistake. Jim Reese, thank you so much for being here. At a time, this was one in a number of 2,200 studios, and kind of the growing and changing nature of music has led to this one surviving. Tell me why Sausalito is so important to 2,200 studios.
Well, it has a huge legacy. Our studio, 2,200 Studios, now is the former Record Plant studio, which was, there was 3 of those, New York, L.A., and Sausalito. And it had some of the most iconic bands play in there, including Prince did his first album there. Super Freak was recorded here. Metallica has recorded here. Fleetwood Mac did Rumors here, and the Grateful Dead, Journey, Santana.
These are all the major hitters.
It's a huge legacy that's for Sausalito and the world, and it's one that we want to keep alive.
Jim, how long have you owned the studio?
I got involved in it about 5 years ago, right before the pandemic hit.
And what led you to get involved and want to be the owner of the studio?
That's a long story. It makes more of a documentary, but I would say that just my love of my love of music, and I'm a big music fan, and and a history. I'm a history buff, and a music history buff.
You know what I love about the inside of 2,200 Studios is that it doesn't look like today. I've seen documentaries inside music, and it's almost like you're in a hospital. Antiseptic, everything's white. There's a bunch of buttons. There is a 70s vibe, a 60s vibe that still exists.
The Record Plant was the first in 1972, actually 69 in New York. The Record Plant company was the first to make that kind of vibe in a recording studio. It used to be just the white antiseptic look with the white smocks and white walls, like Capitol Records or any of those where the Beach Boys would record. This is the first one that kind of open it up as a living room, and that vibe with the hot tub and the psychedelic walls and everything. And it's like a time capsule.
I can only imagine what has gone on in that facility over the last 50 years. But
if those walls could talk,
I'm telling you, man, that's a whole separate documentary in and of itself. Here, we're talking about Fleetwood Mac is recorded here. MC Hammer, we were talking a little bit more earlier about how Rick James, Super Freak, and MC Hammer.
You can't touch this.
Yeah,
he took the sample from can't touch this.
Yeah, right.
And he did both those songs. By the way, were recorded right here.
Yeah.
And MC Hammer took that, and I think he had to settle with Rick James for. I think he got credit on the song.
Yeah, Rick James got a credit on the album for it, which entitles him to something. Yeah,
he deserves it.
He deserves it, though. Yeah, for sure.
Sly Stone used to live here.
Used to live here too.
Used to live in the studio.
Wow.
You're kidding me? Really?
No.
Wow.
Wow.
Stevie Nicks wrote the biggest Fleetwood Mac hit, Dreams, in Sly's bed with her little piano running into the room, and they recorded that song the same day.
Oh, that's amazing.
I wanted to ask you this one question. We only have a few seconds left. Record Plant Recording Studios, New York, Los Angeles. Why Sausalito?
Great question. KSAN Radio had something to do with it. KSAN Radio did Live from the Record Plant. That's when Bob Marley and the Wailers came.
Yes.
Okay.
And Fleetwood Mac came, and Jimmy Buffett, Tom Petty, and the Heartbreakers, and they did a live broadcast from the Record Plant, and they told the owners of the Record Plant, they said, if you open up one in the studio up in Sausalito, we'll do a live live
Thank
radio
you so much
show.
for joining us. We are wrapping up here, and I just want to let people know our Zip trips are returning for 2026. This morning we're launching our viewer poll, and we want to hear from you. Where should we start the 2026 season? Your options are Burlingame, Oakley, or St. Helena. To weigh in, just scan the QR code on your screen right now, or head to ktv.com/ziptripspoll. Thank you so much for joining us.
Sausalito, we love you. Stay tuned for Take Two on the Fox local app. We'll be right back here at Sausalito. We are so glad that you are with us on Take Two because we get to extend our Fox Local Zip Trip, the last one of the season. Can you believe it's turned into something of a work-family reunion? Andre, we have a familiar face.
The night side with the morning crew. Yeah, we never. I used to work with you on the weekends.
On the noon show, too, sometimes. Yeah.
So once in a blue moon, but I used to work with you a lot more on the weekends, and now I never see you because now you are working. We were completely separate shifts now, so it's nice to see you.
Our chief meteorologist, Mark Tamayo, is here with a young lady who I bet runs the household.
She does,
This is Maggie. This is your daughter.
Whatever she wants, she gets.
Well, that's how it works. How old is your daughter, Mark?
Maggie is 4.5.
Okay.
4.5.
And you have a little boy, a 2-year-old.
Yeah, he's running around playing with Greg Lee's dog.
Good. Okay, we'll have him on next.
Well, you'll meet Greg Lee's dog in a moment.
You guys live nearby. Tell me why you bring your fam down to Sausalito.
When you have kids, you're just looking for cool places to visit. Parks especially, and especially when it gets hot out. This is one of the cooler options to bring them to. So, and just to be right by the water. I mean, sometimes we'll just get a snack and go on the bay and just have a nice. There's that song "Sitting on the Dock of the Bay."
We just learned it was recorded here, right down the street.
And it's Sausalito's. I grew up in Corte Madera, and we live in Larkspur now, and. Hey, sweetie.
Aww, she's giving Dad's hand a kiss. She's a sweetheart.
But every time I come back here, there's just there's so many little moments that randomly happen in my life here. Just, really? My dad was a chef down the street back when I was a kid growing up.
No kidding.
And then when the Golden Gate turned 50.
Yes, you were there.
I rode my bike along this street.
Yeah.
You're kidding me.
Early in the morning to get to the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
There was like a ceremony and you wanted to kind of see? Or?
Yeah, and it was packed. I mean,
wow.
And you got your picture in the paper, right?
Got my picture in the paper, yeah.
You're kidding. You're in Chronicle?
A young Mark
in the local paper.
The local one, yeah. Oh, cool.
And then what else happened? Oh, I painted a house on Turney Street.
Like,
you did?
Like in high school,
Nice.
And then I got married down the road here.
Yeah. And now you have your hands full.
I know.
I have to tell you, Mark, you've been at KTVU for almost 20 years now.
Yeah.
It has been, and I'm speaking personally here, it has been incredible to see you grow from, a young meteorologist, our chief meteorologist. You have a beautiful family. Like, it's interesting how life can change, but you've still been in one place, and to do that, close to your hometown, must have special value.
It's super special. She is crazy.
She is exactly 4 years old.
I know. When I started Channel 2, I'd wake up like, do I want to surf? Do I want to mountain bike today? I can do both.
You had all the time in the world.
And now you wake up, it's okay. These guys, they gotta get outside.
Once in a blue moon, you squeeze something in. I see you post a picture here and there. Not as often as you did before.
Well, there's definitely a time limit. For sure.
I remember when we worked together on the weekends, I'd be like, dude went out surfing in the morning, and now he's here already. All dressed up in a suit, ready for work.
But I'm glad you guys stopped here today. It's a really cool area.
It's an awesome place. I bring family here.
I think I heard her say she wants to go to Mommy now. Should we break you loose, honey? Go ahead.
I think
Mama?
she wants to play.
Mom, I think she wants to run over. Can she run over to Mom? Or?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? She's just being silly.
She's 4. This is exactly what 4-year-olds are supposed to do.
Yeah,
exactly.
Can I, since you're here and since you're the authority, you mentioned weather. I have to tell you, when I left my home in the East Bay, I was like, it's going to be a hot one. And now I'm here, I'm like, it's so mild. It's so temperate. What's the magic sort of when it comes to climate and weather in Sausalito?
You got the certain wind directions. And as long as you have that onshore breeze that kind of brings in, that cooler marina. Ouch, Margaret. Right onto the gate. It just it gets that refreshing.
Yes.
It just feels good.
It's never really sweltering here, even when it's hot elsewhere.
Yeah, and I will say, Sausalito itself has a ton of microclimates.
Yeah.
And, really?
Yeah. I mean,
depending on what street you're on. I mean, it goes up the side of the hill here.
I mean, you're thinking about areas just down this street, all the way down to Molly Stone's.
Yeah.
It's far away, and then. I lived here briefly for a few months. She's crazy.
Yeah, she's 4. She's doing exactly what you should be doing.
She's seeing herself on TV. That's why.
Well, she'll have your job in 30 years. I predict that now.
She's not shy anymore. But there's an area called Hurricane Gulch just up the street here. And I swear, it felt like there was like a hurricane every day, every night when I lived there. And I had no idea.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why it's called hurricane. So just that one little area.
So what is it like? Are the winds coming off the mountain or something?
They're coming out, they're kind of sneaking right up to the gaps and just accelerating like crazy.
Wow.
But then you could just be here and it's not too bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
Well, and Hurricane Gap is right down the street here?
Gulch, yeah.
Hurricane Gulch?
Yeah, up the hill. And
I did want to ask you, when I walked out this morning, I got out of my car because I just had to, just left to look at the water. I saw someone on a board with a motorized boat. boat. They were standing on it. And it was just going across the water. What is that?
Yeah.
I know you're a water.
I'd have to see. Yeah.
It must have had a motor because he wasn't doing anything. He was just standing on it.
Wow.
And it was like it had a hydro thing on it, and the board was on the water.
Was it one of those hydrofoil things?
Yeah, hydrofoil things. But it had a motor, I think, on it because this person was just standing on it. I'm like, that's some good balance.
Was that Bill Martin doing that?
I don't know. Probably. Yeah, I was like looking. You know, Bill's always.
It sounds like something Bill would do.
Bill's always doing something. Something really cool that outdoors or
on the water.
Yeah.
He is.
All right.
Adorable.
We better let you go. 4 years old, kindergarten next year. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's.
Isn't it an exciting time? I mean, I'll tell you, my kids are past this point, and I miss these years so much. But I know they're like you're in the very active parenting years.
What's crazy is once you figure it out, then there's something new.
Oh yeah, right. Here's Greg Lee. He's here to rescue you.
Greg Lee's saving us.
You didn't bring my friend.
Do you want the dog?
Yeah, I definitely want the dog here. Come on. Yeah.
Here, you want me to grab this? Mark, you can stay, or you can go, or if you want sweet Margaret to go run to her mom. It is up to you.
You want to go see Mama?
It's actually turning into a circus now. Thank you, Maggie. It's so nice to meet you.
Hi.
Oh my gosh, is it okay if we keep your dad here for a minute? No, she's like,
Greg, I wanted to talk to you a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, since you moved here to the Bay Area, you're not new to California, but to the Bay Area, many years now. But why did you choose Sausalito when you first came here?
So
good question.
There were so many different communities, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the point of Zip-Trips, right? Is seeing all these different climates, all these different communities. I had only visited San Francisco as a kid and loved San Francisco.
Yeah.
I was moving from LA and sort of.
You go for it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You've done good work. Bye, Maggie, sweetheart.
Thanks.
You want to jump over one more seat? Thank you, Mark.
And kind of wanted something a little
Here, let me hold.
quieter.
You want to get seated? I'll hold this. Okay.
All right.
Okay, here we go.
All right.
What's up?
Let's see which is more distracting, a dog or a 4-year-old. Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Come on.
So when I left LA, I knew I wanted something quieter, and we drove up to Sausalito and kind of fell in love. So the rest is kind of history.
What do you like to do around town?
There's so much to see on the water,
Yeah.
and so I love coming home from work and running on the water and just walking around town.
Yeah.
And there's so many good restaurants and bars, and the people are amazing. I mean, the people are really nice. So it's been really great.
I wonder about your commute because I was driving over here. I'm like, Greg does this commute every day.
Yeah.
You know, but it was your hours you work because we're obviously based in Oakland.
Sure.
That's where the office is. But you don't come during normal rush hour traffic.
Yeah.
So it's really not bad at all.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 45, 50 minutes on average. And for a kid that moved from LA that was sitting on the 405,
it's nothing.
It's nothing.
And you're actually moving.
And you're actually moving. And so I'm very well acquainted with Richmond Bridge. And, it's really not that bad. Like tonight, when I leave work at midnight, it'll take me 35 minutes to get home.
Yeah.
You know what the funny thing is? I will just say this. Last night, I was just mapping out my drive here this morning. And this was, I guess, about 6 o'clock yesterday. It actually told me, I live uptown Oakland, right? It's not too far from where we work. It told me to take the Bay Bridge and drive through the city here.
Oh,
They said that
wow.
would be about the same time as driving around.
Don't ever do it.
You just never,
Don't ever do it.
No. I'd rather drive around. That's my move.
Can I ask you real quick? We have to wrap up the segment super fast, but what are some off-the-radar places that you can shout out, that are kind of beyond the places where tourists and people only come here once a year go?
So the main drag, Bridgeway, right? Everyone knows Bridgeway.
Yeah.
Where Sal is on Caledonia, which is one street up, is kind of the local spot, right? I mean, there's so many good restaurants and mom and pop spots that during COVID, they shut down the entire street so that people could eat outside and keep those businesses afloat. And that's something about...
Oh, my God.
This is Clementine, my rescue pup.
How old is Clementine?
Clementine is 4, and she's a handful and a ham, and wanted to meet everybody at work today.
And she is what kind of dog?
She's a Portuguese water dog.
Portuguese water dog.
Yeah.
Wow.
So she's a lot of fun, and she enjoys walking down here as well.
I'll bet.
She must get a lot of attention.
She gets a lot of attention.
Okay.
She was also 25 pounds when we got her, so she's now 60 pounds. Look at
that's
Cam. Look at
amazing.
Wow. That's one thing I've seen here since I've been here all morning. People are just walking their dogs along this area. It is a beautiful spot. Is there a dog park in this area?
There's a dog
I'm
park.
asking for a friend. No,
That's
for me,
right.
actually,
There's a
'cause I'm
dog
gonna bring my
park.
dog here.
It's like the city, right? There's so many dogs, and people are very friendly, and she's done. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, she's all right. That's it. We're out of here. Well, Greg Lee, it is a pleasure.
Thank you,
to
guys.
see
Thanks for coming to my town.
You brought us coffee, which is also very kind. So go enjoy the rest of your day with
Thank you,
Clementine.
guys. Thanks for coming to town.
Before
I come back to work. It was nice you guys came to me.
But it's like a vacation before you go to work.
That's right.
Yeah,
all right, we'll be right back here on Take 2. You guys are awesome. Thank you, Greg.
Thanks.
Thank you, Clementine.
Welcome back to Take Two. Andre Cini here with Gassi Michaeli, and we are in Sausalito for our final zip trip of the season, highlighting all the great things that this beautiful city has to offer. The sun is out. It's not too hot, but it feels great out here right now. And I want to introduce two people to you here that you probably want to know if you're going to be visiting or if you live in this area and you don't know them yet. Taylor Baugh, Operations Manager at the Bay Model Visitor Center, and Galen Licht, he is with C-Trek, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what both those things are. Taylor, we'll start with you. Tell us what the Bay Area Model Visitor Center is here in Sausalito.
So the Bay Model Visitor Center is owned and operated by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Whoa, that's a big name. So you say, so, you know, we love it. We love our acronyms, but what it is a large national agency that does a lot of different things. The Army Corps is known a lot for navigation, construction, a lot of different aspects. But another thing that we do is recreation, and that's what the Bay Model.
The Army Corps does recreation?
Yes, believe it or not.
I had no idea that was the case.
You,
I was like reading it. I'm like, this wasn't making sense initially in my mind because I know them.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
You know what? We have a crazy history, and believe me, if we had hours to talk about it, I would talk your ear off. But the reason that the Bay Model is there is largely because of the water. Now, we all drink water. We all hopefully took a shower this morning. And if you didn't, that's all good. It's up to you. But the reason that it's important is because how do we get our water? Where does it come from every day? And the Bay Model was built back in 1958 to decide if we should dam the bay. Now, Mr. Reber, who proposed this plan back in the 1950s, said, hey, we have all of this fresh water that's coming off of the Sierra Mountains. We have all of these people that live here that need fresh water. Why don't we dam the bay? Why don't we collect that water? And Congress said, you know, Mr. Reber, that's a pretty good idea, but we should test it first just to see what the impacts are. And so,
thank goodness.
Spoilers, do we have any dams? There you go. So they built the U.S. Army Corps, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers built the Bay Model to test Mr. Reber's plan. And like I said, spoiler, we don't have them, but they found that, you know what, the intrusion of salinity, which is salt, into the areas where we grow our food, as well as areas that would be flooded, that would all impact how we live our life here in the Bay. And so that's why we don't have those dams today. Now, again, we do have freshwater reservoirs that we pull from, but it's a very different aspect. So it's all about where does our water come from, how do we store it, how do we move it, and how do we use it. That's why the Bay Model is important.
It's so important. I mean, I have to say, so many of us just sort of take it for granted, right? We recreate on the Bay. It's in our postcards. We love to go there. But I think, honestly, having respect for what is happening when it comes to the water in the Bay, and this goes like back to the Delta. This isn't just the water I can see. I mean, there's a long journey, if you will, that makes the Bay Area and the Bay itself so special.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, Galen, I want to talk to you about your business at C-Trek. Tell us a little bit about what that is.
Sure.
Because you guys are based close.
So
in the same area.
So C-Trek is based at the Army Corps of Engineers, and as part of the Army Corps' mission of providing recreation, that's what we're doing there as part of that, is supporting that mission. And so we provide kayak and paddleboard trips, classes, rentals for thousands of visitors and locals every year. C-Trek has been here since 1982, so we're going on year 43. We're part of the Sausalito culture. And as you mentioned, when you talk about recreating on the bay, that's what you can do when you come down to the Bay Model and to C-Trek, is get on the water. So learn about the water and then get on it and experience it. It's a really amazing adventure for people.
You know, we've all, I think we've all taken the Hornblower cruise, that sort of thing. But can I tell you, when you are in a kayak, this far away from the water itself, close to sea life, you see, you smell, you hear things when it comes to being on the water, Galen, that you wouldn't unless you're actually there. How important is it for people to make that connection of I am here in it, and hopefully I take away greater appreciation because of that?
You nailed it. I mean, it's why we get on the water is to slow down, to be here. We're right in the middle of this big metropolitan area, and with just moments we can be in this really beautiful, peaceful nature, and then all of a sudden a seal pops up, and a cormorant dives down, and a pelican flies overhead, and you get to feel that, slow down and connect with yourself and others, because it's about going out there with other folks, being out there by yourself, and being in nature. It's a really special feeling.
That's why I'm so glad we get to do these programs out in these areas, because, you know, sometimes we get locked into the area where we're at and we don't appreciate what we have around us. Many people would love to have what we have, the diversity. Sausalito has that diversity here. I wanted to know, at Sea Trek, what are some of the things that people can actually do to get out on the water?
Well, so you can rent a kayak, come down with no experience.
You can get one at Sea Trek.
Right at Sea Trek. You just come down we're on the pier at the Army Corps Engineers Pier. You get on the water, you don't need any experience, you can just walk down, come out, go out for an hour, go out for 2 hours, and get these beautiful views of Angel Island, Alcatraz, San Francisco, go out with your family. Go. You know what's really popular is bringing your dog. I mean, I'm telling you.
Wait, can you get your dog on?
You bring your dog on the kayak or the paddleboard, and we got life jackets for those dogs.
Yeah, you do? Okay.
We provide them. Everything's included. You can just show up with whatever you're wearing and come for a paddle and get to experience it. And then you know what? Go visit the Bay Model.
Right.
Check it out. Grab a good, nice meal in Sausalito.
Right.
Stroll the waterfront. Have some ice cream. I mean, that's a Sausalito day right there.
I think we did bring our sons when they were younger to see the Bay Model.
Excellent.
And at first they were like, do we have to go? And then, and then we walked away, all four of us, with, again, a greater appreciation for like, oh, wow, that's how it works. When you say that light bulb go on for either, you know, for children or for adults, what does that mean for you?
That's a great question. So what it means for me is truly sparking joy, and that is largely what the recreation mission is about. It's not just about telling our story and branding. It's really about impacting people and having those aha moments of, oh my God, when I turn on the faucet, it comes from snow melt and it comes down a river. And it has to go through all of these pathways and challenges. And it's just amazing to have that greater appreciation. Just like you said, it's so easy to take anything we have for granted because we're fortunate. And it's great to have that aspect, but to be able to come and learn about the water, like you said, we largely cater to kids, but we want anybody who wants to nerd out to water to come and hang out with us.
It was my husband's idea.
He wants to volunteer. We're always looking for docents.
Okay, got it.
The visitor center is free. Parking is free, so that's
Oh,
something you can
beautiful.
appreciate
Yeah,
and
that's nice.
celebrate. And so we just want people to come and learn, to come and enjoy the water, to come just have fun on our public lands, and that's really what we're here for.
Taylor, thank you so much. Galen, thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys stopping by for the work that you're doing here. Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, you're watching Take Two. We're going to have much more coming up right after this. This you don't want to miss, something that originated right here in Sausalito. It involves alcohol, but it doesn't have to. We'll tell you about it coming up.
Welcome back to Take Two. We are so excited to focus on one of the mainstays of Sausalito. We spent a good hour plus focusing on the people, places, things, and events that make this sweet North Bay city so special. We have with us the general manager of the Trident. It's the restaurant that's on the water. I know you've probably dined there. I know you've walked by it for sure. Rick Enos, thank you so much for being here. 1962 to 2025. What makes that restaurant such a mainstay, such a success?
Well, I always say the view is so spectacular. Yeah, it's wonderful view dining, never gets old. It changes daily with the activities and events and things that go on, and then we serve very, very fresh seafood.
Your food is actually, I say your food is actually very good because many waterfront restaurants, there's a saying about like the food is inversely proportionate to the view. If it's a great view, you can have kind of not so good food, or the vice versa. But your restaurant, the Trident, actually has both.
Well, thank you very much.
Good food.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
So fresh seafood every day. So if I come in there, order the mahi, it's gonna be fresh.
So it'll be real fresh.
All right,
and
so
oysters.
Oysters. Okay, all right, I'm coming. All right, I'll be there. All right, the big thing about the Trident is it's the birthplace of the modern tequila sunrise. So what was the original, and what is the modern version of the tequila sunrise that makes it so special?
Well, I've always said that the sunrise in its most popular form was created in 1972 here at the Trident. My wife will debate me and say that no, she's from Arizona, and said, no, I remember being out at the pool at the Arizona Biltmore, and my father had a tequila sunrise. And it's true, but it was more of a Collins.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Well, that's just sweet and sour, and it's sort of like a margarita and soda. And, this one, in 1972, the bartenders were starting to experiment with tequila and putting tequila in drinks that would normally have gin or vodka. And so a tequila sunrise is nothing more than a tequila screwdriver with a little grenadine in it. And this was at a private party that was hosted by Bill Graham, the late Bill Graham, for the Rolling Stones. And he, Mick Jagger and Keith Richards came up to the bar and said they liked tequila but not margarita. It was too tart. So the bartender said, and his name was Bobby Laszloff. He just passed away in April. But he said, why don't you have something we call a tequila sunrise? And he poured him this drink. And
well, if it's good enough for Mick and Keith, I think we should give it a try.
Which one's the mocktail?
This one's mine.
That's yours. There you go. Okay.
Right.
And
yours is the real deal.
Yeah.
How about as we take a sip, why don't you tell us what's in Andre's? Because he has like the full strength version.
Well, hold on a second, guys.
Oh, sorry.
Cheers.
Oh, sorry. Cheers. Here I am, like so sorry. Cheers. Cheers to an amazing season of Summer Trip.
So, Keith Richards loved the drink. Took the bottles to the bar and started making drinks for the band members. And then told his manager to change the contracts in the green rooms because they were just starting their world tour of 1972, and they played 2 nights at Oakland Coliseum. He said, change the green rooms to include the ingredients for a tequila sunrise. So they literally took the drink around the world. But Mick Jagger kind of hung back and wasn't quite satisfied, and the bartender
he could not get any satisfaction. Is that what you're
get any satisfaction? There you go. That was great.
Nice work, Garcia.
I had to. Go on.
That was good. Yeah.
So I'm going to add that to my tequila. My Trident 101. Anyways, he said, "Well, it's still too tart." So Bobby handed him a bottle of creme de cassis and said, "Pour it till you like it." So our Trident Sunrise has both grenadine and creme de cassis.
Gotcha.
And
all right.
Kind of
now we know.
It out and gives it a little sweeter.
Wow.
Now we know. Yes.
Yeah, I love the flavors. This is like the most Instagrammable drink because it actually looks like a sunrise. Thank you so much. I mean, Rick, I have to tell you, the Trident has been a mainstay in so many people's lives. My sister had her bachelorette party here, so we were there for dinner. I've done sisters dinners there, family dinners. It's such an important part of this beautiful mix of Sausalito. Congratulations.
Rick,
I cheers you as well. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And cheers to all of you watching at home. Sorry, the dog is here. The sharks, they had to get out of the costume because it got really hot.
Yeah.
But thank you so much for joining us here on Take Two on our zip trip to Sausalito. We'll see you back here on Monday morning. Bye. We love you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thanks again.
Absolutely. This is awesome.
Hi, everyone. I'm Claudine Wong. Welcome to Second